Welcome to the Cyduck Iceberg. I'm SCTRS, and I'll be your guide through the known and unknown details of Cyduck's history. We'll start with the more known details and progressively dive deeper into the depths of the nearly unknown. I Can't Move It Anymore. This refers to Tamix's Cyduck debut, which has since become the most viewed release on the Cyduck channel. This track was inspired by a meme of King Julian from the movie Madagascar saying he was in a car accident and can no longer move it anymore. The meme plays on the fact that King Julian is commonly associated with the song I Like to Move It. Thursdays. This refers to how Cyduck releases music every Thursday. Cyberduck. Cyberduck was the original name of the label until it was changed to Cyduck in late 2020. This change was made to avoid confusion and potential copyright disputes with existing software titled Cyberduck. Cyber Fools. Cyber Fools refers to the annual April Fool's uploads from Cyduck, starting in 2019 with Squarewave's Crabwave and Hero Music's The Only Road. Artist rebrands and alternate aliases. Over the course of Cyduck's existence, many artists have chosen to rebrand or have taken on multiple aliases. SCTRS is the rebrand of Dylan. SCTRS is also one half of Orbital Sector and has Dilb as a joke alias. Neutrino, the other half of Orbital Sector, is the current alias of Pizza Heck, although the latter is occasionally active. Denomaly's alternate alias is Sentience. Escape Strategy and Finally Developed Asian are alternate aliases of Josh Tiong. Voidbreak is the rebrand of Hellfire. Lost Cause is the rebrand of Hero Music, although Hero Music is occasionally brought back for April Fools. Forsake is the rebrand of Hiram. Kickstart is an alternate alias of Instigator, both of which are now defunct. Bean Aerosol is a joke alias of Logiton. Quest's alternate alias is the Angel Experiment. Good night. This refers to how almost every night Tamix will say good night in the Cyduck Discord. Riddim Vibez. Riddim Vibez was a track by Neelox on Cyduck Gallery Volume 1. It became a meme within the community because it was not to a great quality. Eventually, Neelox requested it to be taken down from the Cyduck YouTube channel along with two other old releases from him, as they no longer fit the direction of his music. SCTRS on every remix package. This refers to how Cyduck CEO SCTRS has appeared on every single remix package since his debut on the label. Cyberduck Shutdown. Throughout 2020, Cyberduck was becoming increasingly slow with releases due to the current label owner, Pushio, not having any more free time to run the label. Because Pushio was responsible for most of the label's functions, it was temporarily decided to close Cyberduck. Fortunately, the staff team came up with a plan to keep the label going. Lost Balls. This was a running joke based on Cyduck artist Lost Cause. On February 17th, 2021, Lost sent a message in the Cyduck Discord server stating that he would send a picture of his balls if he got 10 likes. Neutrino responded to the message with Lost Balls, and the joke became a community staple for quite a while. Warzone. Warzone was Crew People's 2020 Argo Fox debut release. The track was originally planned for release on Cyduck, but it ended up getting accepted by Argo Fox and was released there instead. Breakthrough Visualizer. In early 2021, Pushio announced to the staff that he would no longer be able to render the videos for Cyduck's YouTube channel. Struggling to find a way to use the same visualizer, SCTRS resorted to using a new visualizer for Ry3's last release on the label. When the video released, the new visualizer was met with negative reception. Luckily, Fluix responded to this by offering to render Cyduck's videos, solving the issue of finding a new visualizer. New Beginnings. New Beginnings was a track that former Cyduck artist Instigator released on the Half Heart project. Upon release, it was discovered through YouTube Content ID that the track was stolen. Funny enough, the stolen track was actually a remix of the Super Mario 64 file select theme, meaning the original track wasn't even original. This news sparked a massive dispute in the Cyduck server and is still occasionally brought up. 13 is just a number. 13 is just a number is a deleted 2018 Cyduck release by Ocular Red. It was composed exclusively of loops and also did not sound very good. In addition, the name of the track was extremely questionable. Nose and Dreads. Nose and Dreads refers to some old running jokes in the community that Vexance has a big nose and also has dreads. Uncredited artists. There are a handful of Cyduck releases where some artists went uncredited for one reason or another. Lost Cause's Destruction was originally a collaboration with Thermal before Thermal decided to go uncredited. Similarly, Pink Grape's Running Out was a collaboration with Yggdrasil. Irie Arts' Hello was a collaboration with Shazcake. Neelox's remix of Crew People and Mark's Truth had extremely minimal production assistance from Sectors. Hellfire's Doubled was originally a collaboration with Betakick, but Betakick dropped out. Finally, Bucketeer's remix of Tamix's I Can't Move It Anymore was mixed by Sectors. Galactic Voyage. Galactic Voyage was supposed to be Hellfire's third album on Cyduck, but it was cancelled. The album's final tracklist before it was cancelled is unknown, but there are two different tracklists that exist. All the tracks that we know were at one point on this album were Launch, Fighter featuring Lil Rish, First Time Around, Do We Now, Lucid Dreams featuring Lil Rish, Broken Dreams featuring Chrono, Matra X, Ever_404, Voyager, Continue On, Adventures 2, Discovery, Closing Hopes, Home, Restart, and Riffs. Despite the album being cancelled, 6 tracks from the album were released. First Time Around and Closing Hopes were released on Cyduck. Voyager was released on the Half Heart project, and Rifts, Error_404, and Home were part of Hellfire's self-released EP, Forgiveness. James Beaumont, The Spy That Got Me. This was a short film that Cyduck artist Instigator was producing for his school. He enlisted the help of many Cyduck artists to make a soundtrack for it. The tracks that were to be included in the soundtrack were Fight by the Real Mexican Nick, 009 by Lost Cause and Hellfire, What Was Dying Like For You by Lost and Found, Master Plan by Instigator, Sidekick by Neelox, Discovery by Destiny, Questions by Crew People, Unlikely Alliance by Vexance, Finale featuring Lorelei Rose by Sadface, and Epilogue by Arc. The only track from the soundtrack to actually be released was 009, which was later renamed 007 and released on 2021's Cyduck Gallery Volume 2. Tales of the Epic. Tales of the Epic was a 2020 LP by Squarewave that was originally planned for release on Cyduck. Due to the long wait for releases at the time, Squarewave ended up deciding to add more tracks to the album and ended up self-releasing the album instead, which you can listen to on her YouTube channel. Over You. Over You was a song by Crew People featuring Levy that was intended to be on his 2019 Momentum EP. However, it was removed from the EP because he didn't like the vocals. Sawblade. Sawblade was a problematic member of the Cyduck community. At the time she was in the community, she was too young to have a Discord account, and she exhibited very strange behavior, such as having a crush on any Australian member of the server. She also submitted multiple songs to the label that were entirely comprised of samples, which Cyduck does not allow. Due to her problematic nature, she was banned from the community on multiple occasions. Mercedes Artwork. Mercedes was a song released by Logiton on Cyduck's 2022 Gallery Volume 1 album. However, despite the song being called Mercedes, the car on the cover art is a Volkswagen. Descent. Descent was an LP by Logiton that was supposed to be released in 2019. Some of the tracks were not well liked by staff, so they were removed, and the LP became an EP. Float Then Fall and Ellipse were originally part of this album. Eventually, the entire project was cancelled. However, a cover art for it by Fluix still exists. Chaotica. Chaotica was an unreleased song by Hellfire that was cancelled when staff found out that it was an extension of a free FLP. While the entire second half of the track was original ideas, Cyduck could not release it due to copyright issues. Promo Channel. Before functioning as a music label, Cyduck originally was a music promotion / Monster Cat visualizer channel. All of these uploads from this era are now private. Cyberduck Gold. Cyberduck Gold was a subscription service for the label. It was hosted on Gumroad and functioned similarly to Monster Cat Gold, offering early access to releases and allowing subscribers to download them. Thanks for coming along with me on this journey through Cyduck's history. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. If there's something that you think should have been on this iceberg and wasn't, feel free to share. If I got anything wrong, I'll make sure to clarify that in either the description or the comments of this video. That's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.